Hey friends, Tom Wiley here. I'm going to show you how garden hoses work here in Europe. This is not necessarily Europe-wide, but I've found it pretty consistent throughout where we have been in Portugal, in Germany, Austria, Croatia, Bosnia, Montenegro, which is where we're at now, as well as Albania. It's been, slight differences as far as the fittings and the fitting sizes and stuff, but the same general concept is pretty much consistent, more or less. Let me show you what's up. All right, so the main difference between America and Europe is in Europe, this is the way you buy a hose. You buy it without the ends. Sometimes for more expensive hoses, the ends will be provided in a package with the hose, but they usually will not be installed. Usually you have to install them at least, but more often you'll just get a hose like this, and then you'll get a package of fittings, or you'll get the individual fittings, and you have to assemble your own hose the way you like it. Almost all the hoses I have seen have quick disconnect fittings here. That is pretty standardized. In the US, it's a standard 3/4 garden hose connection. You always screw it together every time. You can upgrade to quick disconnect, but it's not standard. Here in Europe, it's actually standard to have quick disconnect, and that's kind of what everybody expects to see. So I'm going to show you how to install them. This was a set. I bought these separately. This was a good looking garden hose. It was a good price. This was I bought both of these in Albania. This one though this brand is made in Germany, and it was kind of more expensive. This was 24 euros, but it also came with a spray nozzle, these fittings, and the adapter for different sizes hose bib connections. So I wanted this hose to last a long time, so I went ahead and got this set. On here it shows a difference between the incoming quick disconnect and the outgoing one. It says aqua stop here, and this one says stop on this side, so I'm going to put this on that side. And this automatically has more of a valve to it to stop the flow of water when you disconnect it. This one doesn't. This one is wide open. You can see right through it. This one you cannot see through. So there's the difference right there. This has a stopper valve in it. All right, so the first step in putting the hose ends on is to square up the end of the hose. This one I already did. See how it's a nice square cut that is straight. This one is kind of crooked. So I'm going to take a very sharp knife and square up that connection. I'm going to carefully slice off the long end so it ends up, that's pretty good, nice and square. I also don't want any loose little tags, like this loose little flap. I don't want that still attached in case it goes inside and interferes with my connection. So I'm just going to choose an end. I'll put this one on this end. I'm going to take apart this fitting. This is basically like a compression style fitting, sort of, where these barbs dig into the outside of the hose. The tighter you screw this in. So first we need to put this nut on, facing the right direction, and then I'm going to kind of spin slightly and push this together. It can be helpful to get this wet if you have trouble getting it in there tight enough. It looks like that's going in all the way, so I don't think I need to. You could get it wet or even use some dish soap to lubricate it. And then that'll just rinse out the first time you use the hose. But it looks like that went in all the way. Now I'm going to tighten the nut, and that's going to make all those little barbs clamp and bite into the outside of the hose to squish it all together tight. There we go. Okay, there's one done. Take this other one apart, slide the nut on in the right direction, and then I'm going to sort of rotate it slightly as I push it on. That can help it get past any barbs that are on the interior part of the fitting. Feels like it's bottomed out, and it looks like it's in all the way, but I'm just making sure. Seems nice and tight. Now we'll tighten this up. Just do it as tight as I can get it with my fingers without breaking anything. There we go. Now we have a complete garden hose. This will go onto the hose bib or the water spigot, and then you connect it like that. And then this goes onto my nozzle or what have you. Pull it back, push it forward. Now I have a complete garden hose with everything I need.